Hey guys, hope you all are doing well. This week and next week, we're going to be looking at some of the different program options that you have to choose from as math students, and you can complete here while you're at Carteret. I am sort of kind of bummed because part of our plan was to go on a campus tour to take a look at these different programs, but since we can't, we'll essentially be taking more or less a virtual tour. Today we're going to be talking about applied sciences and health sciences, and then next week, if you're interested in transferring to a university, that week will be more for you. First thing I want to do is talk about our different departments and your different degree options. So here we have university transfer as a department, applied sciences, so those are degrees such as like culinary, photography, or like business administration. We have health sciences, so for those students that are interested in going into the medical field, that includes like respiratory therapy, nursing, radiography, and then we also have continuing education, and I'll talk about what that means in just a minute. Different degrees you can get. You can get an associate's degree, which is your 2-year degree. You can get a certificate, which is essentially just like a handful of classes that's about a particular subject area. Typically, students that get a certificate will go on and get an associate's degree. Diplomas are a little less than usually a degree, usually take maybe like a year or a year and a half. And then we also have specialized courses, which usually goes along with continuing education. So I'll talk about those in a minute. If you want to look at all of our different programs of study, if you go to the carteret.edu homepage, at the top there is a link that says programs of study, and I'm going to show you how to access that in just a minute. We're going to go through first all the different applied sciences and health sciences options that you have to choose from. I am not going to read all this to you because I do have this posted on Moodle as a PDF document, so if you need to go back and look at it, but I'll just highlight some of the key features of these programs. So the first one a lot of you are familiar with because a lot of math students are in it is the aquaculture technology program. These are students that may want to go on and own or work at fish farms, also working at aquariums, which is very popular around here. You can get a certificate, you can get a diploma, and you can get a degree. You can also get a transfer degree. So he does have an agreement with UNCW if you do want to go on and get a 4-year degree. And notice at the bottom left hand, I gave you contact information for the program chair. If you're interested in one of these programs, I would encourage you to contact them to get more information about it. Horticulture technology is relatively new to us, but for students that are interested in working in landscaping, nurseries, you can work maybe like on a golf course, that type of thing. It is a degree program and it lasts 5 semesters. Business administration, a very popular program for a lot of our students. So if you want to go work in like an office space in either sales or finance, you can see he has different certificates you can get, including an accounting certificate and a management certificate. There is a transfer opportunity to get a bachelor's degree as well through our business administration program. Information technology, so if you're good with computers, which as you guys know, I am not, there is a bunch of different fields you can go into, including things like digital media. You can also get a transfer certificate, so she does have an agreement with he does have an agreement with ECU. You can go into different concentrations as well. So you can see you can do healthcare, information system, IT, business support, and software and web development. Medical office administration. So if you're interested in working at like the front desk of a medical office, this is a degree program. It's typically 5 semesters. So anytime you go to like the dentist, or if you go to like the hospital, the people that are working at the front office, if you're interested in doing that, you can go into medical office administration. Office administration is similar, but it's not necessarily medical. Notice there's some different paths you can go down, including finance, general office, and office software. Paralegal is a very popular program that we have here, one of the few. So you can see up there, it says one of 7 schools in North Carolina that offer a paralegal technology program. If you are interested in learning more about the law and you want to work basically side by side with a lawyer, so if you've ever watched those shows and you've seen the lawyer sitting at the desk, the person typically sitting beside them would be a paralegal. You've got to really like the law. You've got to really like writing in order to go into this field. So you can see that it is a 5-semester program, but there is opportunities to go on and earn a bachelor's degree in paralegal as well. And sometimes we have students that go on to law school after completing an undergraduate degree in paralegal. Photographic technology is a really cool program here on campus. You can see over there in the picture, they do get to play with drones and photographic technology. I really wish I could have taken you guys to see the photography lab, but there's a certificate program, there's a commercial portrait photography, and you can also get a degree as well. Welding technology, definitely my favorite building. I really hope we get back on campus because I'm definitely taking you to welding if I don't take you to anything else. A lot of students, when they think welding, they're like, oh, well, I'm just putting two pieces of metal together. Well, not only that, though, they also do artistic welding. So if you've ever seen the T-Rex that's outside the lawn, out front of Mass, there's a big clock on the wall as well. A lot of my female students think you can't go into welding. There's a lot of female welders in this program. It's definitely one of my favorite programs. You can see you can get a certificate, a diploma, or you can go on and get a degree. Culinary arts, so if you're interested in cooking, becoming a pastry chef, executive chef, you can see food service manager there as well. You can get a certificate or you can get a degree. Something really cool about this program is we have a French internship program. So we have at least, I think, 4 students that go to France every year and work with French chefs. So that's a really cool feature of this program. Kind of going hand in hand, you can get a baking and pastry arts degree. So if you're interested in baking, you can go into that. And then hospitality management. So all those are kind of related. Hospitality management is a really big field around here. So if you're interested in working, managing a hotel, managing a restaurant, managing maybe like a bed and breakfast, this might be for you. You can see she has a certificate program, she has a diploma program, and you can go into 2 different concentrations, hotel management or restaurant management. Basic law enforcement training. So if you're interested in becoming a police officer, it is a 24-week program. Something unique to this program is that you are not allowed to miss a single day. If you miss a single day of this program, and it typically is 5 days a week, you can no longer attend anymore. So you got to be really serious if this is something that you want to go into. Criminal justice technology is an awesome program that kind of goes hand in hand with law enforcement training. A lot of students will do both of those programs at the same time because you can see there he has something called a crosswalk, meaning that if you're learning to become a police officer, you can do the criminal justice technology degree again at the same time. So this means you are going into things like correctional officer, you can see down there, detention officer, police officer. Again, most students will do both this and the BLET program at the same time. Cosmetic arts. So if you're interested in becoming a cosmetologist or if you're interested in hair or makeup, esthetician, meaning you're interested in maybe facials, that type of thing, or manicurist, so working on nails. You can see the different diplomas that she has down there, cosmetology diploma or aesthetics diploma. You can see she also has some employment opportunities as well with some local salons in the area. So I know that some of you are interested in this program, and this is something that you can do as a math student. Early childhood education. So if you're working with students that are birth through kindergarten, so preschool students or kindergarten students, you can get a certificate, you can get a diploma, and you can also go on and do a transfer degree as well. I always want to tell students, though, this is not elementary education, this is early childhood. So we're working with kids ages maybe 3, 4, or 5. Automotive systems technology. So if you're hands-on, you like working with cars, working as a mechanic, this is a 5-semester degree program. I really wish I could take you there. Hopefully we'll get back on campus and I will make sure I take you there because it's a really cool building to go into. Boat manufacturing and services. A lot of math students are already in this program. Notice you can get a boat manufacturing certificate. You can get a marine services certificate. So if you like working on engines, composite boat manufacturing diploma as well. Notice that you can find employment with a boat or yachting manufacturer. So we have a lot of partnerships with like Jarrett Bay or Grady White and that type of thing. A lot of our students go on and find employment with those employers. Marine propulsion systems. So this is just a 2-semester certificate program. So a really popular program in the area in which we live. So if you're working on engines and that type of thing with boats, that might be of interest to you. Diesel and heavy equipment training. So we're talking about larger engines. So going on working for, things like, anything with basically a diesel engine. So larger trucks, larger machinery, that type of thing. Emergency medical science. So now we're going to get into some of the health sciences program that we have. Emergency medical science means you're going on to be an EMT. We have a degree program, and then we also have a 2+2 agreement, meaning a lot of our students will get our degree here, and then they'll go on and take online classes through Western Carolina University, and they'll get a bachelor's degree in emergency medical care. Human services technology. So if you're interested in counseling or being a counselor, anything to do with like mental health, that type of thing, you can get a certificate, a diploma, or a degree. And a lot of their students will go on and get a bachelor's degree at those 2 universities that are listed there. Medical assisting. So whenever you're called back to a doctor's office, the people that will take your blood work or take your blood pressure, that type of thing, give you an overall checkup before you go see the doctor, that would be your medical assistant. Nursing. So I know that's popular with some of you here. Do know that our nursing program is very challenging to get into, but I know you guys could definitely do it. Notice also too up here, she does have a pathway with ECU, so a lot of students can complete their RN and then go on to get their bachelor's degree, so their BSN in nursing from ECU online at the same time. So that's a really cool feature of our nursing program. Being a nurse aide, so all nursing students start with this first. To be a nurse aide, typically that is a 1-year program because a lot of students will do nurse aide 1 and they'll do nurse aide 2. You can just do nurse aide instead of moving on to nursing, and a lot of those employers would be places like nursing homes or working at the hospital, working alongside of a nurse to help them out. Radiography, so if you're interested in x-raying, again, another place I really wish I could take you here on campus, but another difficult program to get into, but a very awesome program in the sense that just about 100% of her students get employment once they leave Carteret, and you can see down there the average amount of money that they start off making upon graduation, so a very popular program with our students. Respiratory therapy, same thing, very high-paying job, very in demand, especially considering what we're going through right now. So if you're interested in helping patients breathe. Notice also both radiography and respiratory therapy, you can go on and get a bachelor's degree after doing these programs at Carteret. Therapeutic massage. So a lot of students, when they think therapeutic massage means that you're going to go in and work at like a salon or a spa and that type of thing, and you definitely can, but you can also go and work at things like the hospital. We have students that have just graduated that go work at the hospital and they work in like the oncology department. Or we had one of our graduates graduate and went to work for a race car driver as a private massage therapist and is making quite a lot of money doing that. So there's a lot of different areas you can go into by doing therapeutic massage here. I wanted to show you continuing education. So you as a math student, continuing education is not something that's free to you. It would not be part of your degree program, but there are quite a few interesting classes that are offering through continuing education. So when you go to our Moodle page this week, there is a continuing education course listing. And you can see some of the fun classes that you can take through continuing education. So for example, I took shag dancing through continuing education. Or look at all of your options here. So there's shag there. You can take Raising Chickens 101. You can take Golf for Beginners, Discovering the Bible. There's so many fun classes that we offer. Waterfowl carving through continuing education. Again, these are not part of your degree. They would be outside of your requirements for MAST. However, there's some just really interesting classes, or maybe even your parents are interested in taking them. Other classes that you can take through continuing education, they're not just for fun. You can take, a lot of students will go on and get their CDL license. So if you want to drive like a semi-truck, you can get your CDL license. There is Also auto certifications. There's just a bunch of different things you can get through here. There's health classes you can take, marine trade classes you can take. So you're going to get a chance to explore some of these in a minute with our assignment this week.